We have ourselves a few days between us and glory. We're giving you the full breakdown of the Georgia game that's coming up on Saturday against the hapless Mallards of the Pacific Northwest. And we got some locks for the games. We're going to cover all of that and more here on Locked On Bulldogs.
You are Locked On Bulldogs, your daily podcast on the Georgia Bulldogs. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is up, everybody? It is our favorite day of the week here on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. We love it. We hope that you love it. It is locks. It's locks day. Our goal today is, one, to give you our official predictions of the Georgia game coming up on Saturday, and two, to make you a pile of money this
all that
weekend.
Money, Daniel.
That's what we're trying to do. Last week, week 0 locks, we went 3-2. If Nebraska, our only loss was that we both picked Nebraska to cover. That was foolish of us.
That's on us, y'all. That's
on us. But we still came out on the plus side of things last week. That was a warm-up. Now we're getting ready. Now our feet are wet. Now we're ready to jump in. But before we get to any of that, thank you for listening on audio, Stitcher, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Subscribe, leave us a rating and review. All of those things are helpful. Thank you for following us on YouTube, subscribing to the YouTube channel. Leave us a comment down there. Thanks for all your comments. We do appreciate them. Let's get to the Georgia-Oregon game, Clint, because that's what people are here for. If you want to stay and make free money, that's your choice. That's your choice.
We made you money last week, y'all.
We want to talk to you about the Georgia-Oregon game. And Clint, this is the time we're going to give our official score predictions. So we're going to do that first. Each of us are going to give our official score predictions first, and it matters. It matters to me. I think it matters to you. It matters to the people. So I'm going to, it seems right that you would be able to choose this week. Do you want me to go first with my score, or do you want to go first?
No, I want you to go first.
All right, my official score prediction for the game on Saturday is Georgia 31, Oregon 17. That is my prediction for the score. Clint, what have you got?
Okay, here's the deal. This is really crucial. A couple points matter here. Normally, people kind of throw out a range of things, but points are very, very crucial.
We take ourselves very seriously. I think you know that if you've listened to the show for any length of time. And you see how we've cut out the banter almost entirely. No banter. You see that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Here's the deal. I am nervous for Kirby game 1.
Okay.
I think this offense is going to be cooking, but I'm nervous Kirby game 1. Think of Clemson last year. Think of all the firepower we had, and there is a concentrated effort by Kirby and the rest of the Georgia staff to basically ensure a win and kind of get our feet wet a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. That's nerve-wracking to me a little bit with my score prediction, because what I want to do, what I'm dying to do, is go 35, 36 points for Georgia. That's what I think, but I'm not going to go there, Daniel.
Okay.
I'm going to come down a couple of points from that. And I think 33 points.
Okay.
To 14.
33 to 14. Fascinating score prediction. Okay. So let's talk about those. That's our score predictions. 31, 17, 33 to 14. Now, that would put you on Georgia minus 17 and a half. Minus 17, you can find it in some places.
Yes.
And it would also put you barely under the 52 and a half, 53 and a half I've seen in some places, depending on whether you like the over or the under. I am on the under, and I'm on Oregon plus 17 and a half. Just barely, but I have them within that margin. The question is, do either of us feel confident enough in those predictions to lock up any of those sides, and why? And I'll just tell you, Clint, the only thing I feel confident in this game, I cannot lock up the points.
No, the point spread is not something that I want anything to do with.
But give me that total, Clint, because I love the under. I love the under in this game. You could get a 53.5 out there.
Yep.
And listen to me. You need to lock that up. 53.5 is a great point. Let me say this and be very clear about it. I gave you my most conservative Oregon score. Oregon fans, listen. Oregon will not score 20 points in this game. No. If you see an Oregon team total under anything over 20, you take it. You take it immediately because Oregon is not scoring 20 points in this game. But I think the total under is another good bet because I think both teams' offenses are going to have a little bit of struggle. Oregon fans have been quick to tell us, and they might not be wrong, this might be the best defense that Georgia faces in the regular season of this year. I don't necessarily agree with that statement, but I think it's close. I think it's close to the best defense that Georgia's going to face this year. It's not an indication of Georgia's offense not being able to score. I would not be surprised at all if Georgia doesn't reach 30 in this game. I wouldn't be surprised.
Correct.
That's why I can't touch the points, because this game could be 28-7. This game could be 21-17, 24-17. It could be very close, but I see it always being a low-scoring game, and so that's the only side I'm willing to lock up. But you can put it on the board under 53.5. That's a lock.
I also have the under in this game. 33 is my, I think, ceiling for Georgia this game. If we score more than 33 points, y'all better come back here on Monday or on Saturday. Actually, we're going to do game breakdown afterwards. And right. You're going to just see the biggest fanboy in the entire world for the rest of this season's offense. Because if we score more than 33, there is not a defense. Listen to me. There is not a defense in the nation that will be able to stop us. The entire freaking nation that will be able to stop us. So 33 is my abject highest that I'm willing to go. It is right there on that 17 line. I can't do the point spread because of that. I just can't do it. But the under, absolutely. You're telling me Bo Nix is going to get more than 2 lucky plays, lucky drives?
The only thing that could kill this under is pick six, is a Bo Nix pick six. And it's a real thing. It is a real factor, the Bo Nix pick six. That could kill the under, but I will be willing to sacrifice that money to watch that play because that'll be fun.
It will be absolutely fun. And again, y'all, just this game is going to go, it's going to be slow at first. Don't anticipate fireworks. Oregon might try to do that if Dan really, really, really tried to reinvent himself, come out there and just be slinging all over the art. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to try to do models from before. I think it's going to be very reminiscent of Clemson, Georgia from last year's season opener. And I think at some point, the defense for Clemson is better than the defense of Oregon. And we're going to go ahead and overtake that. A long time. More of attrition will win out. Come back after this. Daniel and I have more locks to give out, more understanding for you to make money. And where you can do that is BetOnline. BetOnline is your sportsbook experts. They have every single thing. All these lines we're talking about, BetOnline has. They have game spreads. They have over-unders. If you haven't done season win totals for a couple of these teams, maybe you can still get them some places. But BetOnline is safe. It's reliable. It's the official sponsor of Locked On Bulldogs as well as Locked On Podcasts, your team every day. BetOnline, your sports book experts.
All right, Clint. Now we get into locks. Now we get into that money. Now we're trying to make that money.
Yes, sir.
All right? I believe we each have 4 locks.
We do.
On the card. And I will ask you, for the sake of the listener, let's start on Thursday. Do you have anything on Thursday night? Because this podcast coming out on Thursday morning, we got to get this in the hands of the people so they can make these wagers by Thursday night.
Look, I did have a wager. If this was recorded 3-4 days ago, I would have been able to give you one of my wagers. I can't give you one of my wagers now because the line has moved so much.
It's jumping.
And I can't do it anymore. But if you were able to get TCU -10 against Colorado, like I did, and I double bet that thing, good on you. But now it's to 14. I can't give out that game, and I don't see anything else on the docket for Thursday that I like. What about you, Daniel?
Yeah, that's a Friday game anyway. It doesn't matter. But I do have a Thursday game.
Ooh, here we go.
And listen, the more people I hear jump on the other side of this, the more I like it. This is a bet that I made a long time ago. And then I started to get real nervous that it was the wrong side. But now I'm hearing a bunch of people jumping on the other side of this bet. And now I'm starting to think, oh, okay, maybe it actually is the right side that I have. Listen, I know it's a road team, and I know it's a road favorite, which is normally something you maybe want to stay away from. But give me Penn State -3 at Purdue on Thursday night. I think Penn State is a much better team than Purdue. Purdue lost. They have their quarterback back.
Sure.
They lost all of their weapons in the passing game. All of their skill production is gone virtually. Sean Clifford takes a ton of heat as Penn State's quarterback. He takes a ton of heat. But if you look at the numbers, Sean Clifford actually is a pretty good quarterback.
He's fine.
And Penn State has so much more talent than Purdue. I know the place is going to be rocking.
Of course.
It's a Thursday night season opener. It's on the road, and you're laying points. But I don't care. Give me Penn State -3 to kick off my college football weekend. And maybe I will be chasing that money the entire weekend. But I don't think so. I think the bankroll is just going to get an injection on Thursday night to get me ready for the rest of the weekend. All right, so let's move to Friday, Clint. Do you have any lines for Friday?
Daniel, by the way, really quick, this is a good docket all the way around for kickoff week.
It's a great docket.
There's a lot of good dockets.
Docket, yeah. Do you have any Friday lines? You mentioned TCU Colorado. You can't get that.
I can't give that. I have no Friday lines, Daniel.
I'm also giving out Illinois on Friday. You can get it.
Look, Illinois. I gave out Illinois. That's who I gave out, Daniel. That's the third one. I gave out Illinois last week, and Illinois came through. Brett Bielema is going to do something over at Illinois, y'all.
I like the way this offense looks. You're telling me they are a dog against Indiana?
No,
they're a dog. I don't think it's right. Indiana loses their offensive coordinator. He's now up at Washington. They lose the quarterback, and then Illinois. I like what the offense is doing. Brad Bielema's got a new OC in there. They seem to know how to move the ball. I know, look, it's against a team that's an inferior opponent. This is a conference game. It's on the road. But you really think Indiana is going to show up for a home football game on a Friday night? No, I don't think so. Give me Illinois. I'm taking 2 road teams, but this one's a road dog, so give me Illinois +3 on Friday night. All right, Clint.
Daniel, make room on that bus. I'm jumping in. Make that a double. Make that a double.
You love to see it.
You love to see it. All right, let's go to
give the people Saturday games.
Let's go to Saturday games. Daniel, I have 4 of these games on Saturday. I'll give you 2 before we go to break, and then we'll come back and we'll give you 2 more. But Daniel, I'm going to start somewhere that to me is easy because I think the talent gap is there. I think the coaching gap is there. I think people are down on them so much. And this is an easy push, I think, but a very easy win. LSU Tigers -3.
Oh, he's going
against
Sunday.
Florida State.
He goes Sunday.
I'm going to go Sunday.
Saturday
I'm skipping Saturday. I told you I'm coming back. I'm going Sunday. LSU is going to beat the wheels of a Florida State. If you watch that game, Florida State is sloppy. LSU has players. They have more talent and a coach that, look, we can talk about coaching change or culture change, but LSU -3, Daniel, is the pick I'm giving the people. That's my first lock outside of Georgia.
I like that pick a lot. I almost gave it out. I almost gave that pick out. I'm not going to jump on because there's something about Florida State that scares me this year. And I need to see it once from this LSU team. The receivers, though, are unbelievable at LSU.
Yes, sir.
They've got the talent. They just need some solid coaching. And say what you will about Brian Kelly, but he's a lot better coach than the guy that they fired. So I give the people one more because I've already given out 2, and then we'll go to break.
Okay, here's the other one. Now, I will keep on, and I will actually give you a Saturday one now. I was teasing the entire time. But this one to me... Look, this is my least comfortable one of the entire weekend and maybe the most ridiculous. And this has everything to do with the team they are playing. Okay? Missouri is not a good football team. Drinkovitz is not a good coach. They are giving 20 points to Louisiana Tech. Now, Louisiana Tech, not a juggernaut, not a great team, but if you know Missouri at all, they play down to levels of performance. And Louisiana Tech has some dudes from last year. Missouri playing down. I know they're at Missouri, but look, Louisiana Tech has everything to gain. Missouri has everything to lose. The talent is not there for Missouri. The coaching is not there. And if you're giving me 20 points, that's a whole lot of points. It's the same reason why I'll never bet Georgia if the point spread is above 40. I'm never going to do that. 20 points is just too many points. Give me La Tech plus 20.
Wow.
I know.
Wow. That's a fascinating pick.
You got to hunt for these ones, Daniel.
Look, we're coming back. We each have 2 more locks. Come back, join us, make some money right after this. All right, Clint, I'm going to jump back in.
Okay.
I'm going to take you to just maybe the ugliest game of the weekend. It's a noon kick on Saturday. And this is just if you've got nothing better to do type of game. No one's going to be watching this game. But it is 2 Power 5 teams matching up against each other. The problem is those 2 Power 5 teams are Boston College and Rutgers.
Oh, gosh, yes.
That's going to be a really, really ugly game. But let me tell you some things. I actually kind of like this Boston College team. I think they're sneaky good. I like the quarterback, Phil Dracovic, Notre Dame transfer. And I don't think Rutgers has anything. I know that they've Schiano is still there. I think they're still building the program. I understand that they've done a few things, but Boston College at home in this game that I think they really need for their win total. Boston College needs to win this game. They're a 7-point home favorite. I think you might push this game, but I don't think you're going to lose this bet. And so I'm going to take Boston College minus the 7 against Rutgers on Saturday at noon.
Look, I love that pick. I honestly looked at it. I saw it probably, depending on how that line moves on Saturday morning, Daniel, I'll probably bet it. I'll probably jump on. That's a great one. You're right. BC, look, they're at home. And if you know anything about that BC team, when they're at home, Daniel, they play up on that hill. Okay.
They like it. That's a hill filled with chestnuts. Just chestnuts everywhere on that hill.
Everybody got some chestnuts. Okay. Daniel, this has my next lock has everything to do with this team. I have them going very high in the standings. I have them going very high in the season win totals. And so I'm following convictions from preseason back into this. That's what's happening right here. This team, look, University of Texas at San Antonio Roadrunners had some ball last year. They played some games last year. Houston Cougars, I think, have a chance to punch Cincy in the mouth a little bit in some conference games. And I think Houston is going to get wins. I had them over their win total to begin the season. I got to follow my convictions. This is one of the wins. And they're right now giving 4 points to the Roadrunners.
Very short line.
It's
on the road, isn't it? It's on the road.
They're at the Roadrunners. They're at Okay, but it's Texas. -4 seems. Look, now this could be Vegas just baiting me. It very well could be. Look, I'll say right now, but that line is tempting to me. Give me Houston -4.
You love to see it. You love to see this kind of action on week 1. Week 1, convictions go out the window. Week 1, you just see line, like line, bet line. I'm going to try to parlay that confidence that you have, that recklessness you have, and I'm just going to double down on it. And I'm going to say, Clint, the marquee game of the weekend is it's too many daggum points.
We might have an agreement here. We might be doubling down, y'all.
Give me Notre Dame plus 17.5. I can't.
Give me Notre Dame plus the points.
It's too many points. I'm sorry. Do I think Ohio State's going to be very good? Yes, I do. Do I think it's a first-year head coach who's never been a head coach before, coaching on the road in the Horseshoe in his first game on Saturday night? It's not a great scenario for Notre Dame. Do I know that Notre Dame, when they go on the road and play good teams, typically gets blown out? Yes, they do. All of those things are true. But this Notre Dame team is very talented, Clint, and they are going to try to milk this game. You understand? We are just going to have a full Matt Luke situation on the sidelines. A full Matt Luke. 17.5 is too many daggone points. Ohio State might get sloppy, might turn the ball over. One turnover is all it takes to cover this line, Clint. This too good of a team for Ohio State to just run away from in this opening game. I hate everything about it. I hate that I will be invested in this game.
Yep.
But give me Notre Dame.
Look, I don't like Notre Dame for the whole entire season. I don't like Notre Dame as a program. I really despise Ohio State. And by the way, thank you, Lord, for bringing us Urban Meyer back to Fox noon kickoff so that we can have the yacht back. Look, everybody's happy.
Good. Everybody's happy.
Ohio State's I can't stand Ryan Day. I don't think he's a good coach. But Notre Dame has talent. Go look back at the recruiting rankings. Notre Dame has talent, and they have a coach they're all behind. Brian Kelly, it was very evident the team was not behind. Okay?
Correct.
But now all of a sudden, Marcus, team loves him. And he's got a little chip on his shoulder. He knows how to get those guys ready. 17.5 far too many points, y'all. Come on. You love to see it. So in review, Daniel, we have the under 53.5 for Georgia, Oregon game. Penn State at -3. Illinois +3. Daniel and I double down on that. LSU giving 3 points. Louisiana Tech getting 20. BC giving 7. Houston giving 4. And Notre Dame getting 17.5, doubling down on that as well.
3 double downs on Notre Dame, Illinois, and the Georgia under.
We got to make up, Daniel, because we doubled down on Nebraska, and that was foolish. And now we got to make up for it.
Yeah, we coming this week. That's a lot of money being made on that card right there. All right, join us tomorrow. Excited, nervous, don't sleep on. One of our favorite segments to do during the season. If you want our last thoughts on the Georgia-Oregon game before Saturday, join us tomorrow on the Locked On Bulldogs podcast. We'll see you then.